April is Donate Life Month, and all day today we are celebrating life and those who were given more life by the generosity of an organ donor. Brandon Hayes, a kidney recipient, joins us this morning during the Life Connection virtual Big Green Chair sit-in. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks for doing this.
Absolutely. So you had 2 transplants. Take us back to the beginning.
Yeah, so back in 2010, I realized in the middle of a basketball game, this is my career. I'm an associate athletic director down at Wright State, and I've worked in college sports for 15 years. And I was sitting at a basketball game, started exhibiting some pretty obvious symptoms of what I didn't know. And so I found out through a doctor's appointment the next day that I had kidney failure, and it was progressing very quickly.
Wow.
So that was the first time. I got a living donation from my dad, which is incredible. There he is there. And was able to live what I say is the best 8 years of my life that my dad was able to give to me. Unfortunately, it started to fail towards the tail end there after about 8 years. And I needed another transplant in 2019. And found out again, of course, at work. I work a lot of hours in this industry. In my boss's office after ignoring the call 3 times. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know the process, probably wasn't paying enough attention. But it was an incredible moment to know that night I needed to be at the hospital, and I had what they said was a perfect kidney after being on the list only about a year. So yeah, incredible process both times.
And in the second case, the first case you said it was a living donor. In the second situation, it was a 16-year-old who gave that gift.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that just weighs on me. I think about him. Obviously, I didn't know him, but I certainly feel indebted to him and his family forever. And the fact that he's no longer here is awful. But it's incredible. There were 8 people that day that he saved our lives, and it's a hard thing to think about, but man, I went from being depressed and hopeless and just no energy, no life, to being able, now I'm an energetic dad and husband of 2 little boys, and I can wake up and have the energy to literally bounce off the walls. I think I'm too much for people these days. So quite the turnaround thanks to him and his family. So I'm forever indebted.
You mentioned after the first transplant, you lived the best 8 years of your life. And during that time, you were able to have a child, correct?
Yeah, so because of my dad, my wife and I, we were kind of waiting for my chance to be healthy before we started to have children. So my 4-year-old, I would say, is a pretty direct result from my dad's gift. And then the second time around, again, I was again depressed, hopeless, two naps a day, endless medication. And then because of this gift, I was able to bounce back, have incredible energy. And trust me, with a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, it takes every bit of energy I have. And so thankfully I can do that and enjoy it.
Yes, I have the 4-year-old, but I don't have a 1-year-old on top of it. So I can't even imagine.
It's quite the combo.
Yes, it is. But, because of the generosity and thinking about a teenager who, knew, even at a young age, probably just got his driver's license, was just able to say yes. It's so heartwarming to know that young kids are doing this as well. It spans all ages. So for people at home who are, they're a little hesitant, they don't really know, why would you encourage them to go ahead and say yes?
Well, I think you're looking at them, and I think you're going to speak to several people throughout the day that, I wish you could have seen me at my worst, really. And the fact that I'm able to give back to young people as a part of my job, and the fact that I'm able to raise a family and just have energy to contribute to society. I don't really ask a whole lot, but it's incredible. You never know when it's you or somebody in your family. I come across somebody probably several times a year that are either in need of this gift or have recently received it. So there's people walking around you every day. People are shocked when I tell them that that's my background. So there's somebody that will need this gift at some point. So if you're hesitant about it, think of that person.
Yeah.
Because I was that person to a lot of people.
Yeah, like you said, you never know. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing your story. We appreciate it.
Amanda, thank you guys so much for doing this.
You bet. Take care.